Apparently laying out a rich settlement offer for Ripple Labs, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has generated discussion in the financial sector. The rumors grew more intense following the SEC's sudden cancellation of a pivotal meeting scheduled to address the settling of their continuous debt. Many experts have concluded from this action that a settlement between Ripple and the SEC has been reached somewhat successfully. Consensus is that the end of the Ripple SEC settlement is not just likely, but also expected to happen within days, or at most, a week. Hello, Moneyside family, your reliable source for any XRP-related information. Do me a solid smash that like button before we start. Hit subscribe and turn on alerts to become part of our community. And we're releasing an amazing XRP here too. Give amazing XRP whenever we get 60,000 members. With only 3 basic steps, you can toss your hat in the ring easily. So be sure you do all that. To guarantee your seat, drop a hashtag Moneyside comment. Ripple's recent strategic purchase of XRP and announcement of significant exchange listings gives these forecasts legitimacy. Many analysts see Ripple's major repurchase as an essential component of the terms of their settlement with the SEC. The interest of more than 19 central banks in extending on the XRP ledger and using the XRP token accentuates the range of XRP's possible influence. Given forecasts reaching as high as $10,000, this degree of institutional involvement suggests a possible spike in XRP's value. More than 19 central banks have combined bought in recent times, 9,400,000,000 XRP, an astounding amount. This is merely the start, since more and more financial institutions are starting to actively use alternative coins, functioning inside the XRP ecosystem, in addition to the XRP ledger and native XRP token. As many analysts and experts have noted, the approaching conclusion of the Ripple SEC litigation is mostly responsible for the current performance in the XRP market. The most recent turn in this story is the SEC making Ripple Labs its first-ever settlement offer. Aiming at settling the long-standing legal dispute, the agreement comprises a significant disgorgement charge of $777 million. Although Ripple first turned down a comparable offer from the SEC, the regulatory body later showed its readiness to negotiate a better agreement for the company. This development remarkably fits the behavior of some of the biggest financial players, including the Federal Reserve, which has begun to accumulate XRP. Especially BlackRock and JP Morgan have bought together more than 7,500,000 XRP, in line with expected XRP listing. For Ripple Labs, this scenario marks a major triumph, especially in view of Judge Elisa Torres's decision in the Ripple SEC action. Declaring XRP as a retail asset rather than a security, the judge opened the path for other institutions to interact with the XRP ledger and coin. Given the vast sums of money XRP is prepared to enable in the domains of trillions and quadrillions, many analysts and professionals logically anticipate the potential of XRP exceeding $10,000 per coin. Although some would doubt the accuracy of some expert conclusions, this is not the perspective shared by few. Based on much of my research, the institutional community generally shares this view. Given XRP's potential handling of almost $1.2 quadrillion, appraisal of $10,000 per XRP is not only realistic, but also required. XRP's low supply, combined with its great demand for processing such enormous financial transactions, calls for a high valuation to guarantee sufficient of the currency to enable these payments. XRP's $10,000 valuation is not only a hypothetical goal. The cryptocurrency must be able to manage a sizable share of world financial transactions without running out of supplies. Arthur Brito, a co-founder of Ripple Labs, has been outspoken about XRP's potential, claiming that its $10,000 design intention guarantees worldwide scalability. XRP must be scalable to support over 7,500 million individuals. Thus, Brito has famously said, highlighting the critical function of XRP in the upcoming worldwide wealth transfer. This point of view is strengthened even more by the Federal Reserve's great interest in the XRP ledger. In different studies, they have consistently identified XRP and Ripple as main cross-border payment assets, especially for typical investors who may use XRP's fast transaction features. This awareness prepares the ground for XRP's rising consumption and possible financial returns. Now, folks, let's change gears and discuss BNB.win, the video sponsor of today. This platform has a great staking chance where you could get significant profits. View this here. Their APR is quite amazing, 333%. Those are quite remarkable rates. Their goods range from Binance, straightforward and quick rules, to the creative originator of docs. Moreover, BNB.win follows rules and is totally in harmony with the ecosystem, thereby guaranteeing a safe experience. Simply amazing, at 333%, are the annual returns, and here is a special offer just for my viewers. Using my unique code EXTRA315 upon registration will cause that rate to rise to 353 rather than 333%. Don't let this pass you by. The video description has the code and link right there. Apart from the set rate, one could get more benefits. Enrolling is a breeze. Just click on Sign In on their page. Remember to put your email and password in. You're all set to stake once you are in. Your accounts are simple. Just put BNB at the given address. Since everything is automated, the updates will show up real time. Think about the terrain of regulations. Only two cryptocurrencies, XRP and Bitcoin, have been explicitly approved by US regulators. Based on Google and Bing's research, Forbes apparently made a startling projection of XRP reaching around $60,000. This forecast, which appeared in an article headlined, "The New Bitcoin is XRP," and it's headed to $59,472, was curiously deleted from Forbes's platform shortly after publication, which sparked fierce conjecture and discussion among the XRP community. This behavior by Forbes has generated a lot of debate and increased the enthusiasm among those who love cryptocurrencies. The possible similarities between XRP and Bitcoin in terms of value particularly appeal, since they imply a time when XRP's worth might either match or even exceed that of Bitcoin's. Eliminating the Forbes piece on XRP set off a lot of conjecture. While some claimed it was a changed editorial choice, others cited possible legal or regulatory problems as the grounds for removal. Whatever the reason it was deleted, this action simply